Hey everybody, my name is Albert Corey. For almost 39 years I've been in business. This year marks my 40th year in business. That's 10 times longer than most American businesses. Well, see, I've been in accounting helping small business increase their accounting and put money in your pocket. So if you want to pay less to the IRS, this broadcast is for you. So today I'm going to show you some of my simple accounting deductions that we've been showing our clients for almost 4 decades. So now let's start with the show here. So here's some of the deductions. Okay, here we go. Bigger. Okay. So now, first one, easy deduction is accounting. So accounting is how much you're paying to pay somebody to do the tax return. Go watch some of my other videos and we're going to show you how to get the right accounting. Advertising. Advertising is, did you buy business cards? Did you buy business cards? Did you put Facebook ads? Did you buy billboards? Maybe this could be you put a sign on your car. Whatever it takes to get your business to the next level. Now, our next one obviously is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is you went and you paid somebody to make sure you got everything in line. I would tell you when you do returns with us and you got a business, we would like an income statement. An income statement is a list. At least when you do it with us, we just need a list of all your deductions. Doesn't have to be organized. That's our job, and we'll take care of it for you. The next one here is, does your business have, do you use your card? Business licenses, city, that could be if you're a realtor, your real estate license, board of realty, business miles. How many miles did you put on your card for business? That's usually, so how that works in simple terms, it's not the first stop. So along the way, you have to stop somewhere because you can't just drive from appointment to appointment. So the joke I tell people is you go to the first gas station, hand them a business card. That's the beginning of your day. On the way back, stop at another gas station closer to your house, and that would be a deduction. Business travel. Did you go on any trips? I go a lot on speaking engagements. I go learn a lot. I go find other places to go. Even when I go on my regular vacation, I'm always learning something. That's what I've always done. Property, cell phone. Cell phone is you take a business percentage. So you can't really take your whole phone unless you have more than one phone. Unless you have more than one phone. You have more than one phone yet. Obviously, education. Did you pay any coaches to go anywhere? Sorry. Did you rent any equipment? Gas. I don't take a lot of gas because I tell people miles you come out better. Home office is if you work out of the house, that's a deduction. Later, we'll have some other videos to explain what a home office is. But basically is a percentage that you use in your house. Just like any office, you can take all your electric and garbage, water. Another cool thing, you also take the internet, Comcast, AT&T, whatever is in your area. Legal fees. Okay, legal fees. Obviously, did you pay anybody? Did you pay anybody? Obviously, accountants, lawyers, professional fees, maintenance and repair. Did you fix anything? Did you do anything? Meals and entertainment. Okay, meals and entertainment is when you go out to dinner. You can deduct a lot of the meals when you go out. That's a simple tax deduction, but make sure, you really want to make this really, really, really work on your statement when you get home. You don't necessarily always have to keep the receipts for any of this, everybody. But if you really want to be perfect, when you, when you get the bank statement at the end of the month, I would highlight like meals and entertainment. Okay, who did I go out with for dinner that night? Okay, who'd you go out with the dinner? Who'd you go out with dinner and what'd you talk about? Now, guess what? If you went out to dinner and like every time I go out to dinner with my wife, because she kind of runs the office with the employees and pays the rent during the season, well, we always start talking, shop. So if you start talking shop a little bit, okay, if you start talking shop a little bit, then that becomes a deduction. So now just keep track of that. Business miles. Business miles, we're going to go over this right now again. Business miles is any driving you do for your business. So, So what does this mean? So now you get in your car. Okay, if driving to work doesn't count. Okay, driving to work doesn't count for a business. So, I saw a lot of people get audited, and I still see this every single day in my office. I see this every day where you get dirtbags who don't know what they're doing on accounting, start putting, I drive to work. No. So if you got a W-2 form, everybody, this doesn't work. All these deductions don't work unless you have a business. Now, the IRS says is, are you moving your business forward? What does that mean is, when you went out to dinner, okay, did you start talking shop even for 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes? That means you're doing your business forward. In your car, did you do anything moving your business forward? What does that mean is, if you're taking your kids, if you're taking your kids into the doctor's appointment, no, that's not business miles. That's not business miles unless you're a doctor. But business miles would be, is if you're taking a business forward, we said this earlier, is you stopped on the way to go to work one day. You stopped at a gas station. You then gave them a business card of what you do. Or you asked them, hey, do you have any leads on what I do? Do you know anybody? Whether your answer is yes or no, at that point, you can use your car all day as business miles. Now, guess what? On the way home, it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. So that on the way home, you got to stop somewhere. Because the government says is everybody has to drive to work. Okay, everybody's got to drive to work. So to make it a business mileage, then it becomes a deduction. Another way, you can start making your car a tax deduction is make your car a university. And that's what Zig Ziglar, that stuck my head out like 15 years ago. Zig Ziglar says, make your car a university. What's that mean? Put an audiobook on your phone. Okay, put CDs in your car sound system that's gonna move your business forward. Obviously, if you start listening to regular music, listening to talk radio, then your car's not a tax deduction. You start doing that, then your car gets a tax deduction. If you're buying audiobooks, now your audiobooks is a tax deduction. Okay, now you keep track of them. This year, the government's going to pay you 57 cents a mile. Now, what does that mean is if you put 5,000 miles on your car, which most business people do, That's $2,500 off. And what's pretty cool is if you got a W-2 form and you opened up a corporation, then all this becomes a deduction and the government's going to pay you to grow your business. Like I said earlier, it's what are you doing to move your business forward? So you went to Disney World and you studied how, by the way, Disney is also the best university ever to learn. Every time I go, I realize how they do customer service. How do they talk to people? How do they put the lines in? How do they serve the food? So if you start writing all that down, then or put it in your phone in notes, then that becomes a deduction. Office expenses. Office expenses is obviously paper, pencils. Did you buy a copier? Office supplies. All that becomes a deduction. Office supplies is anything from Staples, Office Depot, Office Max, your Amazon. Did you know if you have Amazon Prime, by paying for Prime is a deduction? That also becomes a deduction. Now, printing is also a tax deduction because remember, printing is like ads. If you get business cards made, you get stationery made. If we just had our pens are now a tax deduction, and if you can see this, for two reasons. Is because look, it's an ad for Coin Associates. So now all that's a tax deduction. And guess what? It's also a form of advertising. How cool is that? That is a tax deduction. Guess what? Paying your rent. Now, it could be rent of, obviously, if you have an office, that's a rent. But did you know that a portion of your house, if you rent your house, is a tax deduction? The government says, I figured it out, it's the square footage of your office. Now, what does that mean is I've been doing it for almost 4 decades, and that's usually 20% of your rent, your electric, your water, your garbage. If you live in a condo, you can add the association fees. Okay, you can add the association fees into that. Property tax that you pay. Okay, property tax that you pay. All that is a deduction. Guess what, guys? Let the government and girls, let the government pay for it. Okay. Move this up. Now, some other things is tolls. I don't know where you live, what state you live in, but Florida has a lot of tolls. Okay, Florida has a lot of tolls. So guess what? I tell people, put your tolls, and I'm going to tell you a couple other tricks. I'll go over it again. Put your tolls on your business account to let the government pay for it. We have SunPass here in Florida, and heaven knows I run a $50 SunPass bill. Well, the IRS is paying for me to pay all my tolls. So you make sure you put your tolls on it. Obviously, you have tools, but tools can also be programs. So if you got programs that you use for your business, from my coaching gig, I have a text magic program that I use. I also use Mobex, which I also use. That becomes a tax deduction. Did you travel? We said that earlier, but same thing on travel. If you travel for business, I go out doing a lot of speaking gigs. I go out and I'm going to tell you another good way to grow your business is you have to get out of your house. Okay, you have to get out of your house and start seeing other people. Get out. If you can't get out, make sure you get on a lot of Zoom calls, because I can tell you, as you start going to do Zoom calls, you're going to meet a lot of other people, and that's going to take your business to the next level. Uniforms. I do a whole thing about how uniforms is a tax deduction. If you have to wear boots, special shoes, obviously doctors have to do that. Some dry cleaning is if you put a monogram or something on your jackets. all that becomes because you're cleaning your uniforms. Utilities, we went over that earlier, but utilities are also tax deductions. Why are they tax deductions? Is because because you got to run your business. We said that a few minutes ago, but guess what? If you have an apartment or you live in a rental, 20% of your utilities, water, garbage, is deductible. If you are renting a house or you have your house, guess what? Part of the utilities is, do you pay somebody to cut your grass? Do you pay somebody to fix your roof? Well, all that is a tax deduction. I don't know about you, everybody, but I want to pay less. I want to give Caesar, I want to give Caesar as least amount of money as possible. I want to give least amount of money as possible. Now, some other expenses I'm going to tell you is very simple. Obviously, your Comcast or your internet, your cable provider is also a tax deduction. Okay, is a tax deduction. Because guess what? I'm on it every day. I watch, here's another why it's a tax deduction. I watch YouTube videos every day to grow my business. So as I start watching YouTube videos, learn how to do TikTok, learn how to do better Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube every day, learn how to do Instagram. I'm on Facebook every day. I'm on Facebook every day, not to go and look at, who I went to high school. No, I'm into groups that are helping me move my business forward. See, all that's a tax deduction. Now, when you text Taxman to 26786, by the way, if you see below, if you look below here, we got some free consultations. If you go call our office, 305-823-9228, you can get some really cool tax deductions, that will help you grow your business, and we'll give you a free consultation. Now, we also got some other pretty cool gifts. If you go to albertc360.biz, if you go to albertc360.biz, you can follow us on social media. We're always there. And, we're always there. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We also have our book that you can get by going to Taxman. Put this here. Taxmanbook.com. Well, guys and girls, that's our show for today. If you're watching this, sharing is caring. We're on major platforms. So if you have any questions or comments, you can always go back to here. You can always call our office that's streaming across the bottom here, 305-823-9228 for your free consultation. Like I always say, sharing is caring, and we will talk to everybody soon. Remember, we're here to make sure you pay less to the IRS. Thank you and have a good day.